Budget cuts announced today by Mayor Adams.
He says 5% cuts across all agencies are necessary, and that includes sanitation, education, and public safety. Once the cuts are implemented, the NYPD will have the fewest officers it has had since the 90s.
Well, questions being raised tonight about a new pilot program that'll give migrant families a reloadable prepaid credit card.
Some migrant families will soon be given prepaid credit cards to buy food and baby supplies. The mayor's office says the city is partnering with Mobility Capital Finance to launch a more cost-effective program. Right now, the city has contracts with food services who provide non-perishable food boxes to shelters. The cards can only be used at bodegas, grocery stores, supermarkets, and convenience stores.
We're just giving this migrant population more free stuff at the expense of New York City taxpayers.
In a statement, the mayor's office says, in part, quote, not only will this provide families with the ability to purchase fresh food of their culturally relevant diets and the baby supplies of their choosing, but the pilot program is expected to save New York City more than $600,000 per month, or more than $7.2 million annually.
I'm not going to be thankful that a program that was bloated and inefficient is somehow cheaper to just give away free money to people in the hopes that they feed themselves.
According to the New York Post, this pilot program will cost the city $53 million.
They're deflecting attention away from their incompetency, and they're not holding accountable the people that had prior contracts.
Paramalu is with artists, athletes, and activists. He says the Adams administration is setting up the migrants for failure.
Purchasing food at the supermarket is not cheap anymore. And on top of that, they don't have kitchens, so how are they going to purchase the food that they want?
The families who get these credit cards will be required to sign an affidavit swearing they will only use them for food or baby supplies.
Mayor Adams, any response to the migrants being released?
Any questions right now, but thank you for your question.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams did not stop to answer questions today about the attack, but told a local station, quote, those migrants who are here because they want to be part of the American dream, we say yes to that. But those who are breaking our laws, we need to re-examine the laws that don't allow us to deport them because they're doing violent acts. Now, 2 more suspects arrested last night are expected to be arraigned in criminal court today, as you mentioned. So far, at least 2 of the suspects arrested in this case have previous criminal cases open against them.
Just into Fox News now, NYPD making 2 more arrests, illegal immigrants, and that attack on officers. Those suspects also allegedly stole an officer's cell phone. Well, that'll help them track you down. So a 5th illegal immigrant accused of attacking 2 New York City police officers over the weekend showed no remorse or regret. He was seen, as you can see, giving his 2 middle fingers to the cameras moments after being released without bail.
And other crazy numbers today, these border numbers from December. Record-breaking migrant encounters, 302,000. If you look at other populations, Cincinnati, 309,000. Seattle, 749,000. That's the year to date, 785,000.
Hundreds of millions of dollars are being spent on the emergency shelter crisis as people continue to arrive in Massachusetts for a chance at housing. The first report that came out in the middle of December showed the state had spent $205 million on the crisis. In the latest report that came out this week, it states that Massachusetts has spent $325 million. Governor Maura Healey placed a 7,500 family cap on who can be guaranteed housing in the state, which the Commonwealth reached back in the fall. Since then, the state has been relying on overflow shelters to accommodate families. Most recently, a shelter opened up in Roxbury, which can shelter up to 100 families. Western Massachusetts does not have any overflow sites and has been largely dependent on hotels and motels to house the homeless and migrant families. It is estimated that this crisis will cost the state close to $1 billion this fiscal year.
Don't get me wrong, it's great that they want to help the immigrants, but what about the Americans that are already here? What about the people that are already here that don't have homes, that don't have jobs, that are sleeping on the street already? Now it's going to destroy our community more and mess our children up more. Why are they not helping the people here first?
An unrelenting stream of immigration, non-stop.